start. Backpedaling, long ball. Webster Slaughter. He's got the ball. He's down to the 5-yard line. And the Browns have indeed a chance to win it.
I don't like losing. You got to know what it takes to win in the National Football League. And I think we're going to get there. I truly believe that. I think right now we're not.
With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield.
This is Everything Browns Nation, and now your host, a lifelong diehard Browns fan just like you, here's Corey Boy.
Yes, we are here back and better than ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Everything Browns Nation. I am your host, Corey Boyd. We are here week 2 of the NFL season. And if you haven't heard, Flash is gone. He is no more. Not a Cleveland Brown. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Get them in the comment section. Give us a call, 1-866-217-1966. I'm going to get everything out of the way. EBSN Online, Everything Browns Nation, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and catch us later on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and support the nation, patreon.com/Everything Browns, so we can come to you more than once a week. Now that I got that out the way, Flash is gone. How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Were you surprised? Were you shocked? Were you mad? Were you happy? Did you shed a tear? Or did you actually laugh and say, thank goodness gracious, he's gone? Let me know in the comment section. And if you leave a comment, let me know where you are from, ladies and gentlemen. John says, what's up with the wave? How you doing, John? Eddie says, what happened? He is gone, talking about Josh Gordon. And Eddie says, if I was Cleveland, I would trade Gordon to Dallas. Speaking of that, Ian Rappaport, everybody knows who that is probably by now. If not, he is a reporter extraordinaire, and he had an inside scoop on the story behind Josh Gordon and the Cleveland Browns, and here he is with that information.
Yeah, this might be a strategic move that the Browns are going with right here, Mike. We've seen teams do this in the past. You announce you are releasing someone, but you can't actually do it for 24 hours or more. So then, of course, teams who may want to trade for him are gearing up and doing the research. My understanding is that's exactly what is happening now. I'm told 5 teams at least are doing research or contacting the Browns, trying to see, are they going to trade for Josh Gordon? It's not going to be a lot. No one knows how long he is going to be eligible. No one knows if you can count on him. But teams are right now laying the groundwork for a possible trade. We just don't know if enough teams will be interested to pull it off.
There's Ian Rappaport with the latest news on Josh Gordon. The Browns leaking the information so maybe they can get a trade. He said 5 teams are interested in Josh Gordon. Let us know how you feel about that. Let us know. John says, I like to see the Browns protect the QB better. Clyde said, what's going on, Corey? I think the NFL should get rid of ties during the regular season. I agree with that. Taylor says, got to check in with my boy Corey from Columbus. Thanks for that. And Dominic says, what happened to Gordon? What happened to Gordon? That's what we want to know. John shared the video. Thank you. Give us a share, a like, leave us a comment, if you will, to all your Browns fans, football fans all over the world, because we are here Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., every Sunday to give you Browns coverage. Give us a share. Give us a like. Let us know how you feel. Terry Weeks says Gordon has been a letdown. That is an understatement. And Bobby says, Gordon is gone, about time. John says, too late of a release on Gordon. L.A. Brada says, the way this is shaping up, Brown seems like they're going to try to be the smartest people in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you this. When this happened last night, I'm not going to lie. One of my friends sent me a tweet about Mike Weber that got me a little shook that he might not play. It was my co-host from the Buckeye Show, but then he said, never mind, he's going to play. Whew, I said, thank you. And then the notification about Josh Gordon getting cut, I'm like, are you serious? Now, as you can see on the screen, Josh Gordon has not been available for our Cleveland Browns at all. I have the exact number. Since his 2013 season when he went bonkers, he's appeared of 11 of 65 games. 11 of 65 games. That's a whopping number due to suspensions, violations, drug use, everything. And now they let him go. What happened? I need more information. Something had to go on. They say he didn't seem like himself when he came in Saturday and he was late, so they decided to let him go. Really? Now you let him go? Which you're probably not going to get nothing for him, and you let him go. I'm all with, well, it's time to move on from the baggage. We need to just go forward. We'll be okay. I understand that. But you did all this for 6 long, drug out years, all of this. And now you're going to let him go. You said you had his full support in August. Let him have his mental break. Let him get himself together. And now you let him go. So what happened? I want to know what happened before I lose my mind. I'm not going to do it because I don't have all the facts in front of me. Details, details like this come out later on in the week. So I need to know what happened with Josh Gordon before I go on one of my rants, because I need to know what really happened before I go, because you said you're behind him. Now, I get it, 11 of 165 that he's been available. 11 of 65 games he's been available. I get it. I understand. But just in August, you said you are behind Josh Gordon 100%, and now you cut him after he showed up, supposedly not himself. He had a hamstring injury, and now you cut him. Teams are lining up supposedly to sign him. 5 might give a trade, but let's be honest, the Browns are not going to get much for Josh Gordon in a trade. I want to know what you think. Let me know, 1-866-217-1966. Leave a drop in the comments and let me know where you're making a comment from. This is Football Sunday. Terry says, go Browns from Marion, Arkansas. Thank you, Terry. Arkansas in the building. Brian says, bring in Dez. Brian Michael wants Dez Bryant in the building. Natasha says, hey, Corey, woof, woof. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Also, get your big dog of the game this week in the comment section. Let me know who your big dog of the game is. Let me know who your big dog of the game is. Taylor says, in the words of Herm Edwards, your best ability is availability. You can't injure yourself in a photo shoot during the season. Dorsey just put the locker room on notice. Joey with a laughing emoji. And Eric Lancaster, multiple being late for practice and his hamstring injury during a photo shoot. Teams are lining up for Josh Gordon. It's over in Cleveland. If that is all it was to push Cleveland over the edge, then it was boiling. It was boiling from years and years of mistrust with Josh Gordon. It's not the hamstring. It's not the photo shoot. They were waiting for a reason to get rid of Josh Gordon because they've been through so much with him. They were waiting to get rid of Josh Gordon, and now they have a reason. Because I can't believe an injury at a photo shoot is the reason that they say, you know what, it's just too much. It's too much. We can't do it no more. It built it up to this, and they were waiting to drop the hammer and cut bait with Josh Gordon. He's gone night-night in Cleveland. The last of the headaches of Josh Gordon. Now we got to see what we will get from him. Now it's time to talk football, ladies and gentlemen. Where do I start? Last week, we did end a losing streak, but we didn't win. 21-21 tie to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was the most gut-wrenching tie I have ever seen in my life. Eric Lancaster says, big dog is Avery. He also said not the injury. It was he lied about it. And Taylor says, send him to the NFC team for a 7th round pick. Josh said he prefers Dallas or San Fran. That did come out. Dallas or San Fran. And I know my man, Producer G, would salivate him being with the Cowboys. Week 1, the Browns tie the Pittsburgh Steelers. What were your reactions to that game as the Browns tied the Steelers in that mess of a rain, windy game? The defense showed up, 6 turnovers, 21-21. They picked off Big Ben Roethlisberger 3 times, sacked him 4 times. But yet, 21-21. How do you view that? Is that a win for the Browns in your book? Is that a moral victory? Did you feel good that they didn't lose? Or are you like, you know what, a tie is a tie. That's crap. That's not good enough. How did you feel after that tie? John says tie isn't bad in Cleveland terms, LOL. Eddie says his big dog of the game is Myles Garrett, 3 sacks, 7 tackles. And what do big dogs do? There it is. That's what big dogs do. Eddie's going for 2 weeks in a row. Myles Garrett, 3 sacks, 7 tackles. That's his big dog of the week this week. Taylor Matthew Smith says big dog this week is Hyde, 120 and 2 TDs. And Rafer Irving says Baker should have got a chance in OT. And John Moyer says Denzel Ward is nothing to mess with. And L.A. Broadus says, I almost had a heart attack watching that game. My emotions was all over the place. You and me, bro. That was terrible. You and me both, L.A. My emotions was off the roof. I'm an emotional fan. I was about to lose my mind because to me, we wasted a golden opportunity versus a playoff caliber team. You can't do that when you're trying to set a new culture, when you're trying to be a playoff team yourself. You're tired of losing. You're tired of being a joke of the NFL. You get 6 turnovers, a +5 in the turnover margin, and you end up with a tie. That cannot happen, especially when you are playing your rival, who a lot of people said they will win the AFC North. That just cannot happen, ladies and gentlemen. To me, it felt like a loss. I felt like we lost the game. After that game, I thought we lost. I didn't even say we were 0-0-1. I didn't say we're 0-0-1. Yes, it felt like a loss. I did feel like we're getting better, but we had so many opportunities to win that game. I cringed when we tied after 6 turnovers. Raptor Irving, thank you for making a comment. He says 6 turnovers is minimum, 3 TDs, 50% worst case, inexcusable. Natasha said, sad they couldn't make any points off of the 6 turnovers, should have won. They only scored 7 points off of 6 turnovers. That is terrible. And Eric says we have to beat the Saints. And Clyde said a tie is not good enough, plain and simple. And John says Taylor isn't the answer at QB. If you saw that game where he was sacked 7 times, and John says best record since 2004, 0-0-1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Everything Browns Nation. Thank you for tuning in. Cleveland Brown football. Tell all your friends and family, your loved ones, your kids, your pets, anybody you know. Share us, like us. Game preview, Browns versus Saints. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose and why? Get your big dog of the week in the comment sections. Please tell us your big dog of the week. Get them in the comment section. I love what I'm hearing. Now it's time for the question that everybody wants to know. What everybody's talking about. Should Baker Mayfield be starting at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns? Channel 10 showed Baker about how many times? 10 times during that game. He was just sitting there with his hoodie wet in the rain, just sitting there. They kept showing him and showing him and showing him. Is it the Baker Mayfield show now? Should he start? Hugh Jackson said he's not starting. Tyrod Taylor is the week 2 quarterback. I've seen a lot of Cleveland fans that want Baker to start. Eric says, no, we will not see Baker. Our offense needs to step up. John says, I will be out with my dad to watch the game. And Rafer Irving says, week 3 versus the Jets on Thursday night. Lance says no. Here's the thing. Hugh Jackson has said Tyrod Taylor is his quarterback. Yes, Tyrod Taylor did not play a good game week 1. That's the understatement of the year. He was pretty bad against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everybody knows his numbers by now. 15 for 40, 197 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. To say he was bad is an understatement. But you can't bench him after 1 game if you're Hugh Jackson. Really? He's your guy, and now you're just going to bench him? In that fact, you should have just started Baker Mayfield to begin with instead of telling everybody Tyrod is your guy, and after 1 bad game, you're going to bench him. Hello? The line wasn't the greatest Sunday night. Now, there was chances where Tyrod held the ball too long. I get it. I understand. But the line wasn't a beacon of light last Sunday. They were terrible as well. I mean, they were just getting in like it was nothing. J.J. Watt's little brother with 4 sacks last week alone himself. Now, I'm not making excuses for Tyrod Taylor because you all know my position. I don't want Baker to see the field because that means we're going against our plan, and that means we're losing. But I tell you what, his rope got a lot shorter after last week with that performance. Because if he performs like that this week and the week after, Cleveland's going to be buzzing and it's going to be some trouble. But I don't think he's going to perform like that this week. I don't think he is going to perform like that this week. John said Garrett is an animal. Eddie said, why is Cleveland throwing the ball 40 times? John says Baker isn't the answer yet. Some bright moments, but not yet. Rafer says O-line isn't the issue for Baker. Rafer says shootout with Myles Garrett getting 3 sacks. Lance says doesn't matter who the QB is if the O-line doesn't give enough time to throw. Give us a call at 1-866-217-1966. Let us know where you're making a comment from. when you make the comment so we know where the Browns fans are at. Josh Gordon's gone. We tied. And now we go against an angry New Orleans team because Ryan Fitzpatrick decided to show up last week and just obliterate that Saints defense. And now we got to go into the Superdome and deal with that today. Thank you, Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's what we have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. The defense is going to have to step up again, but it is going to be rough for the defense. And I want to stay on the defense, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to ask a question. Who do you believe was better last week? Garrett or Ward? Who had the better game last week? Was it Garrett or was it Ward? Because they both balled out. Myles Garrett was a beast. He's healthy, and he proved it. And Denzel Ward, his first game in the NFL against Antonio Brown, won Rookie of the Week. 2 interceptions, ladies and gentlemen, against Ben Roethlisberger. 3 pass deflections and 6 tackles. He showed why they decided to take him at the 4th pick. He only can get better from here. Who had the better game? Let me know. John says, why not both? Question mark. Eddie says Ward. Eric says it's close, but I have to say Garrett. Eddie says Breeze will throw it a lot today. Frank says O-line can't pass block or run block. And then his comment went away. He said, should have dealt Flash in the first round to the Raiders for Mac when we had the chance. Thanks, brother. This is Frank from SoCal. Thanks for making the comment. Thank you. Josh says both were equal. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my pick is going to be a little biased because if you watched the show last week, you know my big dog of the week was Myles Garrett. What do big dogs do? And boy, was he a big dog last week against Big Ben. And there were reports that Big Ben was a little sore during practice. He was taking it slow. He was sore because Myles Garrett kept beating him down last week. So I'm going to go with Myles Garrett only because, well, first of all, I picked him, so I'm going to stick with my pick. And secondly, he did what he said he was going to do. I'm going after Big Ben. I'm going to sack Big Ben. I'm going to wreak havoc. Check mark, check mark, check mark. That equals big dog of the week. But I tell you, Denzel Ward, no slight towards you, but woo, Myles Garrett, I am so excited because it's only up from here for Myles Garrett. I am, man, he is going to tear it up as long as he stays healthy. My guy, and Eddie Stats, she held AB to 93 yards. Anybody who can hold Antonio Brown to under 100 yards, you might as well salute yourself. So my pick was Myles Garrett, who had the better game. So let me know who you choose, Myles Garrett or Denzel Ward in the comment section, or give us a call at 1-866-217-1966. We are halfway already, ladies and gentlemen. Everything Browns Nation here on EBSN online. And if you are new or if you just tuned in, Josh Gordon's bye-bye. No longer here. Won't be playing versus the Saints today. He's gone. That's all I got to say about that at this point. There's no reason for me to go off because it's not going to Not going to matter. I don't know what he did. You should have got rid of him a long time ago if you're going to get rid of him, in my opinion. You wait this long, we're going to get nothing, but hey, it's over. It's done. Where does he go? Who knows? Now it's on to New Orleans, where the Browns have had some good history against the New Orleans Saints as of late. But this Saints team is angry. The last game, 2014, the Browns won 26-24. And the Saints in the Drew Brees, Peyton era are 1-2 against our Cleveland Browns. So you're telling me there is hope. That's what you're telling me this week. And Mike says, which receiver we cut will get the call back first? It's a good question. Could it be Corey Coleman went to the Patriots, so it's not going to be Corey Coleman? Could it be Jeff Janis? G likes Jeff Janis. I like Jeff Janis. We should just bring back Kajus, even though he's not a receiver. I like Kajus. Jeff Janis is not a bad call. Who can we get? Or will Dez come to Cleveland? Why not? Why not? Get your predictions in the comment section for this Saints game. Scott says Saints put up 40 in a bad performance. Scary. Eddie says Browns win 24-21. I am nervous and scared for this game. I'm not going to lie. The reason why is because Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tampa Bay have upset the Saints because nobody's seen what happened to them coming. 48-40 last week they lost. Breeze was 439 and 3 touchdowns. Michael Thomas, 16 for 180 and a touchdown. And Alvin Kamara, 9 receptions for 112. And Christian Kirksey is not going to play today, which that doesn't help. Jimmy says Damari Scott. And Vaughn says history repeats. The Browns will win today against the New Orleans Saints. So Vaughn says New Orleans goes down and goes to 0-2. Higgins or Callaway, who steps up? Has to be Callaway. That's why we drafted him. He needs to step up now. There is no more Josh Gordon. It has to be Callaway. We got to get the ball to him. He shows he can be explosive in the preseason. Antonio Callaway has to step up and help juice Jarvis Landry, because now Jarvis is the #1 target. Every team is going to scout Jarvis Landry now. It's all Jarvis. Somebody's got to step up. I think it has to be Antonio Callaway. That's why they brought him in. The rookie has to come in here and show why he's the playmaker he can be. Be that #2 to Jarvis's #1, along with Higgins and Njoku. And give me a little more Duke Johnson, please, out of the backfield. Put him in the slot. Throw some screens. Get him the ball. He's a weapon. There's no reason that he shouldn't touch the ball more. We got to get the ball into his hands as well. James Powers says no Dez. Breeze gets sacked twice and picked once. Saints get held to 21 if we stop the run with Kirksey's absence. And Williams says Callaway takes a slant to the house and a screen to the house. Browns wins 31-28. I love the predictions and the bold predictions. And James says he's from Canton, Ohio. Canton, Ohio. Hall of Fame. And there's the map. I ain't even pointing this week because I always blow it. Just let me know where you're from. You can see where the United States are at. If you're in the United States, shout out where you're from. I always blow it. I end up in Asia somewhere. We know I'm not in Asia. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Let me know where you're from. The world is behind me. Where are you from? Put it in the comment section. John likes Negotiu in this matchup, and Carolyn agrees with me. Duke, use him, please. Thank you. And John is from New Jersey, and James says if we lose, it's because Tyrod doesn't air it out to Landry. I get conservative. Last week we played in a hurricane. Yes, we did. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the comments. And oh, Lord. Eddie Stats Woodcock has contaminated the comment section because Clyde has thrown a grenade into the comment section. Bold prediction, Browns win 41-10. That grenade just went off. That is the definition of bold. Mike is from the hometown 216. Carolyn's from Savannah, Georgia. Woof, woof. And Darius is from Columbus, Ohio. We need this win. I feel good about it. Today's game, bruh. Thanks. Good looking, Darius. Let us know. 41-10. That is bold. If I have never seen bold in my life. I am nervous about this game. Darius says he's feeling it. Clyde, that grenade, they're loving it. 41-10, becoming a fan favorite. I am nervous about this game. Somebody help me from jumping off this cliff. Terry says, if I move to Cleveland, can I get a job as the Browns water boy? And John says, can you catch a grenade? And Natasha says, wow, real bold prediction, Clyde. She's from Grove City. Carolyn says, if Garrett eats Breeze, 41 could be possible. That Browns defense is going to have to step up again, but we got to be honest here. I'm an honest fan. They're not getting 6 turnovers again. That's not going to happen. If it happens again, then, hey, I will gladly be wrong. But they're not getting 6 turnovers again. The offense has to put points on the board. I'm with the comments. Air it out. You got to air it out this week. You have to. And if you throw an interception, live with it. You can't be conservative against New England because they're going to try to put points on the board. They're going to throw it to Thomas, Kamara, Teddy Ginn, Ben Watson. They're going to use their weapons to score. They watched the film. They seen the defense for the Browns has improved. Myles Garrett is healthy. So if you think a conservative game plan is going to work against the Saints, then I guess you haven't watched football lately. You have got to air it out, go for the points, go for the jugular, still stay balanced, but you cannot think being conservative will win this game. You have got to air it out. John says Steelers always play down to their competition. And Darius says, I mean, if we keep that run game present and air the heck out of the ball, the defense is stout, and we have a great rotation. We have to air it out. Their secondary sucks. Screw the numbers. Let's open up the playbook. All sounds great. They better do it. You're not getting 6 turnovers against the Saints. It's not going to happen. It's a nice, perfect day in the Dome. No excuses on the offense. 0 whatsoever. And Tyrod Taylor, man, oh, man. We all know in Cleveland, the backup quarterback is the most popular guy in the room. He is the most popular guy in the room. And Baker Mayfield is the #1 pick. So if you have the #1 pick and he's the most popular guy in the room, you have got to step up. And I hope he steps up tonight. I said tonight, didn't I? Today, in a little over an hour. Scott says realistic prediction, if it's a shootout, we lose. James says 3 turnovers is real with at least 1 netting into 6 points. And John says, Bruce Arians said, keep your foot on their throats. I'm with you guys. We have to air it out. If we think being conservatives is going to win, that ain't going to happen. Clyde is from Grove City. Give us a call, 1-866-217-1966, 1-866-217-1966. 0-1. We haven't lost and we haven't won. The Ravens is the only team in the division with a loss. A win is very important this week. Very vital for the confidence. Very, very vital. But I tell you, and Antonio Callaway will start. Just got the notification. So he is starting today. He has to be big. I'm telling you guys, he has to help out Jarvis Landry. He will start today. And Eddie threw out the stats. All QBs who threw over 40 times last week went 4-11-1. Natasha hopes Taylor will make up for his last week. She's barking. And Carolyn says Baker in 2019. Will he make it that far without playing? That is the question we are all going to want to know this week. LA says, what are your thoughts on the Drew comments about Baker Mayfield? Those were very nice comments from Drew Brees. I mean, those were lovely. I mean, he is so nice of a guy to say, Drew, he said Baker Mayfield will be better. He could be better than Drew Brees. Really? Really? Wow. That is some high expectations. Better than Drew Brees. Not as good, better. I mean, hey, there's some lofty expectations for Baker Mayfield. But he's the quarterback. He should know. I don't think he'll be better than Drew Brees. Drew Brees, I still don't think he gets the respect he deserves, in my opinion. But that's just me. A lot of people don't give him the respect he deserves. But to be better than Drew Brees, do you understand what that means? Better than Drew Brees. He is about to be number one in passing yards, number one in touchdowns after this season in the entire NFL history. Wow. Better. But hey, I hope he's right, because that means he will be on my team. But will he be better than Drew Brees? Who am I to say no? Because Drew Brees knows more football than I would ever know. But that is some lofty expectations for Baker Mayfield. I would say this. Let's get to Russell Wilson status first, and then we'll worry about Drew Brees. Because Drew Brees is on a whole nother level. Whole nother level. David Simmons says, what's up, Corey? Dog Pound in the NC representing. I like it. You guys let me know. Can Baker be better than Drew Brees? What do you think? Was that comment hyperbole? Was he honest? Was he just being nice because the Browns are coming to the Saints? Or do you think Baker Mayfield can honestly be better than Drew Brees? Do you honestly think that he can be better than Drew Brees? I hope so, because he's on my team. But that's some lofty expectations. Do you know how great Drew Brees is? Great. The man just threw for 439 and 3 TDs last week. And Drew Brees, I think is he 35? That's just, I hope so. That's all I can say about that. But that's some lofty expectations. Eddie says we're seeing Ohio State versus Ohio State. Thomas and Ward today. Another huge matchup for this rookie. But it's only going to get better because Ward and Thomas, that was terrible. Thomas and Brown is your first two matchups you go in your NFL career. And it's going to go downhill from there as far as receiver talent. Not disrespecting the receivers in the NFL, but there's not too many receivers in the NFL that are as good as Antonio Brown and Michael Thomas that you can go against in your first two NFL games. Todd Gibson says he thinks Baker can be better than Drew Brees. And John says Baker isn't ready, honestly. Show some bright spots, but the product isn't exactly right unless he can ready up mentally. And Davis says with a good O-line protecting him, weapons like Landry and Callaway. He is buying what Drew Brees is selling. So we have some optimistic fans here, but I got to see it. I got to see it first. I got to see him play. I've got to see him play in pressure situations, fourth quarter comebacks. I've got to see it all before I'm ready to go to that leap. Call me what you want, but I got to see it first. But I hope Drew Brees is right. I hope Drew Brees is right. And John says ready, not right. I don't know if I read it wrong or if he typed it wrong. If I read it wrong, my bad. I probably read it wrong. My bad if I read it wrong, John. But thanks you, everybody, for giving us a comment. Everything Browns Nation. Give us a like. Give us a share. This is for all the Browns fans and football. If you don't even like the Browns, still tune in. This is for all the Browns fans, football fans, for the fans to be heard. We are the voice of the fans. We want to know how you feel about our Cleveland Browns, or if you don't like the Browns, it is okay. You can tell us how you feel about the Browns too. I have heard it all as a Browns fan. I don't think there's nothing else that you can say that I haven't heard. Give it. Let us know. We can take it. 1-866-217-1966. Leave it in the comments. Let me know where you are from. And when this show is over, catch us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, EBSNonline.com. Also on YouTube and Facebook. You can rewatch it again if you would like to. Also, give us a rating on Facebook if you would like, just to let us know how we are doing. We would appreciate it. And Carolyn says, proof is in the playing, but we haven't seen Baker put to the test for a whole season. Preseason don't count. Look at Carolyn spitting some gems in the comment. Thank you for the comments, Carolyn. Let us know who your big dog of the week is. What do big dogs do, ladies and gentlemen? What do they do? That's what big dogs do. Week 2 at New Orleans on Fox, 1 p.m. Drew Brees and the Saints. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie says, who do you want, Corey? Haskins or Baker playing? Now that is not fair. Eddie knows what he is doing. Gee, that is so not fair what he just did there. He knows Haskins is my guy. Baker has won a Heisman Trophy. Haskins has started 3 games, but I'm for the fans. I'm going to answer the question. And I'm probably going to get booed here, but I don't care. Of course I want Haskins. That's my guy. I want Haskins. That's my guy. Yes, I know he's only played 3 college games, but that is okay. I want Haskins. They're like, what? He isn't even played in anything yet. How could you want Haskins? It's what I want, ladies and gentlemen. Not what the Browns want. It's what I want. I love Haskins. I'm just saying. And David says, hey, Corey, thoughts on Josh Gordon? Do you think he'll go to San Francisco or Dallas? Well, I was reading on Twitter, and one of the Dallas morning show, I forget his name, what his name was, he stated that Dallas is not interested in Josh Gordon like Josh Gordon is interested in Dallas. So I would have to say the 49ers if I'm picking from them 2 teams. And boy, Jimmy G could use him. Because I think his best receiver is Goodwin. So I would have to say the 49ers. John says he'd like to see Schobert, Collins, and Kirsty's pan out against Kamara. Well, Kirsty's not going to play today. He is out with an injury. And Kevin says Ward, 3 takeaways today. So he is on the Ward train again with 3 takeaways. Is that your big dog of the week, Kevin? Let me know who your big dog of the week, bold predictions. And big dog of the week, let me know. I guess I can give my bold prediction. My bold prediction is related to Tyrod Taylor. He has been a punching bag all week. He's heard everybody wants him benched. Everybody wants him to be replaced for Baker Mayfield. And I can't blame him. He played terrible. number 1 pick, Heisman Trophy winner, backup. He's heard the noise, and I think he's going to play well today. Will that translate into win? We'll see. But my bold prediction is Tyrod Taylor bounces back today against the New Orleans Saints. He's feeling a little bit of the pressure from, the outside noise. They say they don't hear it. Yeah, whatever. You guys hear it. Tyrod Taylor bounces back from the noise. This is a bold prediction. Tyrod Taylor, 3 touchdowns, 302 yards, no turnovers. That's my bold prediction for Tyrod Taylor. And I know people are saying, has he ever thrown for 300 yards in his career? That's why it's called bold, ladies and gentlemen. That's my bold prediction. Tyrod Taylor steps up today against the New Orleans Saints because he's heard the noise. He knows everybody wants Baker Mayfield on that field. Okay, I'm not going to say everybody. But he knows the noise of Baker Mayfield should be on the field. They would have won if Baker was playing, which I don't agree. We don't know that. But people say they would have won if Baker would play. So that's my bold prediction. Tyrod Taylor, 302, 3 TDs, no turnovers for the Cleveland Browns. Book it. Please be right, Tyrod. Don't make me look stupid, Tyrod. If you play like you did last week, I'm going to lose my mind. Tony Mann says, bold prediction, Browns 21, Saints 17. Josh said he agrees. Taylor will be the big dog. Josh's big dog is Tyrod Taylor and redeem himself from that subpar game last week. L.A. Brada says, I think Callaway gets 2 TDs. Bold prediction. It makes everyone feel better about Josh Gordon. And John says, if the Browns can run the ball more and have Tyrod throw 40 times, they have a shot. And I don't know if I want him throwing 40 times, but we'll see. Big game, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Gordon's gone. Where will he go? We will see. Please don't go to the Patriots, Lord. Please no. Please. Anybody but the Patriots. Anybody. I don't care. Well, not Pittsburgh either, but you know what I mean. Just please. If he goes to the Patriots, just please. Please. Not the Patriots. Carolyn says, oh, that be bold, and I'm down with that. Possible since they won't be playing in a downpour. Only bad thing is no plays good at home. New Orleans plays good at home. Yes, they do. They did it last week. I wish Ryan Fitzpatrick did not blow up last week because New Orleans is angry. That makes me nervous. I don't see the Browns getting 6 turnovers this week. I just don't see it. So the offense has to step up, ladies and gentlemen. They just have to step up. Last week, the Saints defense, he gave up 417 yards to Tampa Bay. So it can be done. The Browns offense can be done. They can step up today, ladies and gentlemen. They have to do it. That is the key. The offense. The defense did their job last week. If you expect that defense to go into the Superdome against Drew Brees and do the same thing they did last week, 6 turnovers, 21 points, and a perfect weather game, no wind, no rain, no nothing, no. 6 turnovers, that's not going to happen. Now, granted, the defense has to play, but that's not going to happen. The Browns need to step up. And now it's time for my big dog of the week. What do big dogs do? What do big dogs do, ladies and gentlemen? My big dog of the week, they call him Juice, so I'm going to call him Juice too. His name is Jarvis Juice Landry, and that's my big dog of the week. Why is he my big dog of the week? It's because Josh Gordon is now out of town. And now he is, without a shadow of the doubt, the number 1 receiver for the Cleveland Browns. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, And last week alone, in the rain, Josh Gordon had 7 receptions. Josh Gordon didn't have 7 receptions. Jarvis Landry had 7 receptions for 106 yards on 15 targets. Tyrod targeted Landry 15 times last week, 106 yards on 7 catches. Jarvis Landry, and that was in the monsoon, hurricane, windy rain game at Cleveland. My big dog is going to be the woof woof bless him Jarvis, as Carolyn says. Out of those 302 yards that I said Tyrod's going to throw, 185 are going to go to Jarvis Landry, my big dog of the week. 185 to Jarvis Landry. 12 catches, 185, and 1 touchdown for Jarvis Landry, my big dog of the week. Now, I know y'all are like, are you kidding me? Yeah, I said it. 12, 185, and 1 touchdown. So that's at least 21 points for the Browns right there. 21 points right there. Jarvis Landry, my big dog of the week. That's what big dogs do. Marco in the building. What up, my guy, Corey? What up, Marco? Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining. This is Everything Browns Nation. Calvin in the building. Thank you, Calvin, making a comment. We're about to wrap up here. I want to thank everybody for making a comment. I mean, absolutely every single person who made a comment. If I didn't get to your comment, I apologize. We always going to make a call, 1-866-217-1966. We will be here every Sunday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Now, the Browns do play on Thursday against the New York Football Jets. Now, I know they don't say that, but the New York Jets. So I'm still seeing if we're going to do the show on Thursday, on Sunday, but we will see. Still debating, but you will get a show regardless. We will be here. Calvin says, most deaf, Browns in the house. Now for my prediction for the game. Here comes the Boobirds. After all that, big dog Jarvis Landry, Tyrod Taylor redeems himself. I don't think it's enough, ladies and gentlemen. I think the Saints are angry. I know you're going to boo me, but I got to keep it. I got to keep it real. I keep it how I see it. I had the Browns winning last week and losing this week before we even started. I thought we would go 1-1. I thought we would pull off the Pittsburgh game, but it was a tie. I had them going 1-1 before heading into the Jets at week 3, but they didn't win last week. I got the Saints 35, the Browns 28, in a close loss. But it's a loss. I hope I'm wrong, though. You know how I feel about that prediction. But, hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. And I hope they're watching this right now. And they're saying, Corey, shut your face. You don't know what you're talking about. We're going to win because they have had recent history at New Orleans. But I think Ryan Fitzpatrick has ruined it for us. And the Saints are not happy. Carolyn says, we got this. Believe, believe, believe. Carolyn, I hope you're right. John says 31-28 in OT Saints. John, if we have another OT game, I'm going to lose my mind. 35-28, I had the Saints winning this game. Unfortunately, the Browns didn't win last week. That was my victory. Saints 35, Browns 28 in a close game. I hope I'm wrong. Calvin says 24-17 Browns. Tyler says Browns 30, Saints 28. I love all the fans picking the Browns, and I hope you are all right so you can come back next week in the comments and say, Corey, shut your mouth. The Saints lost and they're 0-2. What are you thinking picking against the Browns? You are terrible. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Everything Browns Nation. I want to thank everybody for watching this week. And every week, whether it's for a minute, an hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 12 minutes, 16 seconds, whatever, how long you watch, we appreciate you. We will see you next week or Thursday, one or the other. I'm not sure yet. Turn on your notifications and you won't even have to worry about it because we will be on. I'm Corey Boyd. That's Producer G. Tyler, 3 field goals for the Browns in the first half. D makes a big play late. Last comment, Producer G. I'm Corey Boyd. We are out. Yeah.